Welcome. So it's survival of the fittest here. This is the group left. It's okay. So apparently there's a group working parallel with you in another class. Is that so? Yeah? Okay.
We didn't know that.
But that's okay, I mean. I think that's Russia, right? Go with the flow. It's opus. Okay. Everyone ready? So, yesterday you guys went out. Guys at the back, could you be a bit more quiet, please? Thank you. Yesterday we let you all collect a lot of pictures, and you guys obviously want to know where are we going with this. So we're going to explain this after our little lecture and a little examples of stuff that we do as well and how we approach it. And hopefully it will clarify a lot of your questions. But one question actually that came along yesterday that was quite interesting was that a lot of people have got a conception, or not a lot of people, but some people think that a logo is already the identity and that's where it finishes. So I was just gonna do a small kind of talk on that a logo is just a signature and the identity is bigger than that. And that's why you are also collecting your pictures to create a kind of a visual world where you can refer to. So that's your identity. So no, an identity is not only the logo. A logo is nothing more than a signature. So a rich visual language will make you stand out of the competition. You guys know this. That's why we are looking for this kind of uniqueness that you all have, but also translated into pictures. So you all know this. And this is a good example of visual language. I mean, this is the language. And this is the guy who made it. This is his logo. So you can see that as a kind of you can already see the balance between a logo in an identity and a language. The language is always bigger than the logo. So it needs more attention to really stand out and for you to have enough tools to communicate whatever you would want to say to or about your project. So I have another one. This of course is the visual language and this is the logo. And with this visual language you can build any kind of communication or any kind of thing. So it's just a quick idea or a quick view on how this works. So we have an example. This is, we made, there was an inspirational talks for 7 days in Holland. And it was kind of a thing like this. So with all people who would try to, you know, tell their dreams and their visions. So to inspire people. And it was called 7 days. And we made a kind of a dynamic logo, a logo that can change all the time but stays the same. So it has the same recognizability. Sorry. So it comes together. It's all about synergy, this whole project. And it was 7 days, and this was the logo. Now, a lot of companies stop at this point, and they say, okay, you got your logo, it looks like this, these are your colors now, and this is your typography, and now you make something with it. But we try to create a kind of behavior to this logo. So it can also communicate some kind of aspects that they are thinking about, topics, or even express feelings or places. So the logo becomes a dynamic identity. So there's a lot of variations you can make on this. Endless, basically. So this is kind of the core of what we do as well. You have basic principle, but you've got all the playfulness around it and without losing the kind of the core of it. Some nice pictures. And this is even more elaborate. This is already telling a story maybe in the illustration. And like this you get kind of a nice identity that really stands out. So today we are really, because yesterday you were looking for all kinds of images, that are connected to your keywords. And today, because we need something to test these images on their originality, on their how the competition is doing it, and if these images that you found stand out in your story. So we really want to find a kind of a unique language that really fits you. So how does the competition do it? We always look, when we start with an assignment, what are all the other competitors doing? Because else it's no use. If you have no clue, then you will make something that's probably the same that someone else did, and then of course it won't make any money or it won't do any good. So it's really important that for this research on the competition, you can really test if your visuals that you found now are original to this, or if they are maybe a copy of this kind of thing. So an example, I give this to Johan.
Yeah, we recently did this project. It's called Julius Clinical Research, and it's an academic and operational research organization. They test new medicines and new medical treatments. So what is the visual language of their competition? Here it was really clear because I will show you. These are the competitors. So what you see is like kind of basic logos, not really interesting, a lot of red, blue, and you cannot actually tell what it's about. So this is an example of a Duke, that is their biggest competitor, and you can see this website. I mean, it's not really appealing, isn't it? Do you like it when you see it? No. Here's another one. So this is what we always do. We start with this identity, and first we look for the competitors. What are they doing? This one is better, yeah. Yeah, the last one. It's another example. And these are the images they use on their websites to tell their story. I'm sorry? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's true. This kind of language they use on the websites. Yeah, definitely. So they're all quite cliché, as you can see. So the conclusion was the visual language of the competition is very traditional. They use cliché images and the language isn't really appealing. So that was our conclusion. So we have to do better, of course, because they asked us to do it better than the rest. So what we decided, the most important things of the organization were operations, science and research. And we were making this presentation this morning, and it's funny, 3 keywords just like you are doing. We want to visualize it very simple actually, because it is a traditional company, and you cannot say, okay, you're traditional in the way you work, and the field where you work is traditional, so you cannot come up with like a real arty farty logo. It doesn't work. So they needed some sort of a traditional logo, so we decided to make a combination of operations, science and research in this way. And these were the actual tasks they always connected in the company. So at every department, operations, science and research were always connected. So it was a nice way to show it like this, and this is the logo. Very easy.
Yeah, but I just like to add, already here you see a kind of a connective element going on, just in the logo as a kind of start that we like to, explore later on in the visual language.
Yeah, so we have a logo, a signature, actually, because we said a logo is more or less a signature. What's the visual language? That will make the difference if you compare it with the rest, with the competition. So from that starting point, the connection between the operations, science and research images, like the triangle here, we make images like this. And the color on my screen here is much better than there. It's really vivid and bright. It's because of the beamer. Doesn't matter. So we made all kinds of images like this and icons. You can do a lot with it. You can make infographics and tell about the work field they're in. This, for example, can be cardiovascular, or this is a corporate banner. So as you can see, it started with this simple logo, and right now it's already evolving to something bigger. Of course, the heart, cardio. Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah. we're not making only one particular shape, but make a lot of them. So the whole visual world will become rich. Umbrella. And even signing, you can do it like this because it's still, you know, part of the visual language. Big banners, flags. So this is the whole world we created out of the logo, more or less. And I want to show you the combination of visual language between the new identity we made and the competition. So you can already see that it's more appealing. I hope so. I hope you you agree. And it stands out more, but it's still it's a corporate identity. It's for a big company, but it's fresh and it's new. So here you see the differences. Another one.
Another one. This is one I did together with my colleague Dan. It's actually a dance corporation, and they offer space for upcoming dancers where they can grow and develop their skills. So this is also just a small descriptive story that we just did in the first lesson, just to pin down the kind of essence of what they do. And you take out 2 keywords. So these were the 2 keywords that we used for a conceptual approach. And to say, like, we divided it up and say space is, of course, the space where a literal space and the dancers, but we divided it up in the elements of the identity as well. So you could metaphorically say that the logo is the space and the dancers are the typography. So how does this work? This is a very bold type, and we just try to express the kind of space in it. To you know, it's not a small type. It's really all about the surface. And of course, the typography comes from the dancers, and we made it really visual. So it's like how the dancers move in the space. So you show kind of a hidden structure with typography, and it creates already a unique visual language. And if you see this kind of thing, and you already know that it's Dansmakers, you'll drive by in a car, and you already know, oh, this is this company, I know exactly what they do. So you get a real rich kind of different elements out of it that can be really dynamic. And the identity items then form this. So this is a business card, for example, with all different names of people who dance there and work there. And of course, nice envelopes, a t-shirt, but also in real performance, this could come back as well. So it could become like a routing or even part of their performance. So it's a whole thing in one. But then you go to the dance posters, and that was really something that we found very often is in dance posters you only see people dancing, because that's what people obviously do in the beginning. You know, I want to put a dancer on there because that's what it's about. But if you look at it, and a lot of people do this, it all gets to the same kind of feel, and it doesn't have this uniqueness anymore, because suddenly everyone is doing this. So these are all different dance companies in Holland that are all different posters from them, and they all use visuals of images of dancers. So we thought, okay, we're not going to do that, and which is a bold move, of course, to do, and you need some guts to say, okay, we're not going to put the kind of cliche on there, but we're going to do it differently. So how are we going to do this differently? Like we showed you before, these are the 3 elements: logo, the title, and of course when and how and where. And you create any kind of like poster of it that really has a very dynamic feel and a really own face. And if you put it in the kind of context of all the other posters that are made within theater and cultural play, you see that it really stands out, this kind of thing. So luckily, you guys can just soon also start on a new assignment. And that is really, for us as well, it's a testing mechanism, and for you guys as well, to see what all your other competitors, what their visual language is around them, and to see how original the images are that you found yesterday. So today, we want you to look for, if you are, for example, have got a project in biopharmacy, or I don't know, any kind of thing, that kind of topic, try to look for any images related to that are from companies or logos, and build up a small collection so we can test this test your images on these images, and then we can pick individually with you guys. We pick the best images out there that really are unique for you guys.
And we will do that tomorrow because today there's not time enough. So
we were. I was going to tell you we were going to print all the pictures, but obviously there's only one printer, so we can't do that. So we made an online photo kind of album for you guys, where we can all collaborate, and you guys all need to upload your pictures to your own account on this, and we're just going to show you now how, because I think there you can really see and learn from each other as well, how it would be really interesting, because then you already see the text to keywords and you see a whole visual world around it. So we want you to do this on dropmark.com. It's just a website that lets you share images and lets you look into other images and galleries. So you just log in, you make a new collection, my name and Johan's name are already in there, and create your collection. And then you can just drag your images in the browser. It's like super easy to use. So you can basically put your whole folder in there and it will just put it in the right place. So it will not be a lot of work for you guys. You just need to upload it so we get an online gallery of what we've been doing up until now. Very important though, the A1 poster that we thought we were going to use seems like a bit of a hassle. I see everyone just, there's just not enough space to do this, and we would have loved to have a nice kind of big space where we could have put it up on the wall so everyone would see this. But it won't be the case, so we want you to make a picture, if possible, of your poster and put that as the beginning image, so we all have the same kind of visual, same reference, and then from then on you put in your pictures. And what's also important is, please label your picture to the keyword so we know what kind of picture fits to your keyword. That's it actually, guys. It's not a lot today. I can already see some people just, so they will be happy that they've got some time now. But obviously you guys have searched yesterday for pictures, and I'm sure any of you have got questions and want some feedback on this, and we'll do the same thing that we did yesterday. So come to us and we will really help you on an individual level to find the right tone for your own picture mood board. Right, guys? Here we go. This is it. This is all you need to know. So this is the login. It's called lavadesign.dropmark.com. So we made it already into our own URL. And the login is service@lavas.nl, and password is, of course, famous Skолково.
And do you guys know if tomorrow the rest will be in?
Yeah,
Is it only today that they have the parallel program?
Tomorrow also. Okay, so this will be slowly disintegrating.
Okay.
Cool. Question? Yes. So the research that we gave you today, I mean, I'm sure that some people will find it hard because some ideas are so new and they're not competitors yet. So try to, come to me if you have got a problem with that, and maybe we can figure out how we can still create this kind of, other image series on which we can really test the other images that you found yesterday. Right? But also the images you find on the competitors or similar projects that have been made, please upload them on there as well. And just label them competitor, but no, just competitor, because this is not on the keywords yet. This is not for one word. It's just now you look at your main story again, which is a project, which is a product, which is something, a service, and look if there are similar services around. Of course, your service is more unique, but there are probably services around already on which you maybe build or that you already know, and just try to put them next to it. Find as many as possible. Already, yeah, it's hard sometimes. I can understand. But if you have trouble, come to us, yeah? So we will guide you in the right directions. And maybe the conclusion is you guys are so fresh and you've got such new ideas that we have to just, you know, that we don't have any reference, which is cool for you because you can create your own kind of world out of the pictures you found yesterday. Any other questions? No? Everyone is eager to go? Okay, well, I would say another research.
And you can sit, if you want to sit outside, it's
Sit outside, you can really, I mean...
we will be here.
We will be here, and you can come to us here and talk to us. That's it. Yes.